Well, the WNBA All-Stars emerged for their recent All-Star game with a display of solidarity, wearing t-shirts that read, quote, "Pay us what you owe us," following ongoing negotiations for a new collective bargaining agreement, which had become increasingly contentious as of late with the owners. The current CBA governing the relationship between the Players Association and the owners is set to expire at the end of the 2025 season. Now, if no agreement can be reached in advance of the league's 2026 start date, the WNBA could be cruising perilously towards a work stoppage. That despite unprecedented popularity, a product, though, that still seems far from ideal for a league that has remained drastically far away from becoming remotely profitable, though perhaps not quite as far away as you might think, but more on that a bit later. The WNBA at the moment, though, is still subsidized by the NBA, and without that capital influx from that league, the WNBA would have effectively gone bankrupt decades ago. The league as a whole lost over $40 million in just 2024 alone. So it certainly, on the surface, seems outrageous for this band of tone-deaf, pampered prima donnas to arrogantly show up wearing shirts that say, "Pay us what you owe us." How about, "Thank your lucky stars, you're all making way more than you should be already. Your net worths already exorbitantly higher than they realistically should be. Pay us what you owe us." How about you pay back the league and the NBA for the amount of money your product has been losing? Not an altogether good look for the players, but that is likely because the players, by and large, simply aren't communicating their cases effectively enough. It is the owners who have an unreasonable ask here, as the owners are expecting the WNBA players to make full year-long commitments to their franchises and forego playing in other leagues overseas or American-based rivals. But the owners want this prioritization without being willing to pay the players for it. Further, these women aren't asking to be paid like their male counterparts, not as far as I can tell anyway. They just are asking to be paid some kind of a remotely equal percentage of the revenue that their NBA counterparts are being paid. See, while it is true the WNBA has been losing money hand over fist for years, that is all set to change very shortly when their new TV agreement goes into effect. Now, that agreement isn't going to be remotely as lucrative as the NBA's. Nonetheless, the WNBA product will become profitable overnight. After all, and to be fair, the NBA product isn't particularly killing it in popularity, as their product is at near all-time low points in both viewership and interest levels. However, and for whatever reason, they did just sign a mega $76 billion TV deal with Disney, NBC, and Amazon, which will net the league roughly $7 billion annually, an insane increase compared to the current $2.6 billion annual TV deal. And the players, under their current collective bargaining agreement parameters, are set to make anywhere between 49 to 51% of that money. Not just that, though, but they are entitled to the same percentage of ticket sales, merchandise, hell, even the concession sales in venues on game days. Yes, the NBA players have virtually a 50-50 total revenue split with its owners, which is why the contracts have swelled to astronomical levels despite, again, the product by and large being lousy recently. The WNBA players, meanwhile, you might be wondering, well, they are currently making a reported paltry 9% of revenue at this time, and that is criminal when compared to literally every other professional men's league in the United States of America. Now, of course, there is still that pesky little fact that the league isn't making any money. I mean, realistically, they have still been making way more money than they should, with league averages at around $126,000 annually, with their Supermax sitting currently at $250,000. And all of that seems pretty generous, since 9% of negative $40 million in 2024 is a lot less than an annual salary per player of over $100,000. But their new TV deal is set to go into effect in 2026 as well, just like the NBA. Now, unlike the NBA, their TV deal is not set to generate $7 billion annually. However, it is set to increase from around $45 million per season to about $200 million. And that will result in a net increase for the league that will instantly put them in the green, going from around 40 to 50 mil in the red to being over 100 mil in profits. And the ladies really are entitled, in my opinion, to ask for and expect more than just 9% of that. Under their current existing CBA, the entire total of the league-wide salary cap would jump from around $1.5 million total per team to still just around $4 million. That is around $52 million total for the entire WNBA, and it encompasses not just that TV deal, but the total league-wide revenue. That's $52 million for every woman in the entire league. And for context, Jimmy Butler will be making $54 million by himself next year. Now, is the WNBA killing it in profits at the moment? No. Is their product always breathtaking and compelling in scope? Definitely not. But are the women underpaid at this point? Certainly. Now, maybe, perhaps, if they could just be a bit more tactful in going about making their case as to why they deserve more, the general public would get on their side. Most often, the public wants to side with the players, not the rich, greedy owners. But the general public also doesn't identify with entitled, pampered athletes already making more money than the average workforce to play a game while demanding more money. So perhaps, ladies, less t-shirts and more concise financial breakdowns. And look, if you need it, guys, Skap Attack is available to do some PR work for you, just like I am available for all of you, to keep you up to date and informed on trending and breaking sports news. So to stay up to date with more from me, please do make sure to hit that subscribe button now and turn on notifications. Until next time, guys.